had and no less than 5 medieval castles. 2 of them are in private hands, but the rest are open to the public. Brandenbourg Castle is even free to visit. The distance is 72 kilometers with 1,320 altimeters, so doable in 3 days. On day 2 and 3 we follow some parts of the famous Lee Trail. Day 3 is definitely the hardest, I would say, but has a spectacular finish on the Malberley Ridge. A small part of the trail runs through Germany, as you can see here. My starting point was Hoscheid, but you could choose another starting point if you wish. Enjoy, and if you have questions, just ask in the comments below. The ruins of Falkenstein Castle rise on a steep mountain spur high above the Our Valley. Below the castle, the Our meanders in a striking bend, forming the border with the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. Today, all that remains of the castle, which was first mentioned around 1150, are the residential tower, the residential building, and the Romanesque chapel. Falkenstein Castle was one of the 7 castles that secured the possessions of the county of Vianden in the Middle Ages. Vianden Castle is one of the largest fortified castles west of the Rhine. It's a hill castle overlooking the village and the adjacent river Our. From 360 until 450 AD, a small Roman castellum was built in that location, and this would later serve as a base for the construction of the castle in the 11th century. The more familiar castle form was built in the Romanesque style from the 11th to the 14th century. Gothic transformations and trimmings were added at the end of this period. Around 1700, the castle was allowed to fall into ruins. It has, however, recently been fully restored. hill some 70 meters above the village of Brandenburg. It has a history going back to the 9th and 10th century when there was a wooden fort on the site. The first buildings of stone are from the 13th century. In the 14th century, a chapel was added to the castle. During the 15th and 16th century, when owned by the House of Selm, the castle was expanded and a bailey, 2 towers, vaulted cellars and curtain walls were added. Around 1678, the French destroyed the external walls of the castle. The castle fell to ruin in the early 19th century because of severe neglect.
Storm.
Bourscheid Castle stands on a site with evidence of structures dating back to Roman times. Standing majestically some 150 meters above the river Sûre, it is enclosed by a circular wall with 11 watchtowers. The castle appears to have been built around the year 1000 on earlier foundations in what was then the country of Luxembourg, part of the Holy Roman Empire. It was expanded in 4 stages and completed in 1430 with the construction of the large complex with its numerous gun towers. The lords of Bourscheid, who lived in the castle at the time, were among the most influential knightly families in the region. They were not only loyal vassals of the Duke of Luxembourg, but also acted as his advisors and fought at his side in armed conflicts. With the invasion of the French in 1749, ended the castle period. The castle was abandoned in the beginning of the 19th century and fell to ruin. Situated on a narrow slate promontory near Kaltenbach. The complex consists of a fortress and a Renaissance castle. It is unknown when Schuttbourg Castle was built, although some sources say it dates back to the 12th century. It was first mentioned in the 15th century. It was a possession of the lords of Visbach. They fought in one of the largest battles in the Middle Ages, the Battle of Bourne. Later it was sold to the Lords of Clare. In the beginning of the 20th century it was a ruin. In 1936 it was rebuilt into a youth hostel. In the Second World War the castle was damaged severely during the Ardennes offensive.
Finish!